Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our 9 p.m. English News Edition. Here are the top stories. The 2025 session for 90th grade students will be held at the planned examination centers in the capital. For the international news, Israeli army expands its operations as malnutrition spreads in the enclave of Gaza. The details in this news edition. Welcome to our newsroom, ladies and gentlemen. The head of state received a congratulatory message from his Russian counterpart on the occasion of the International Day of Africa. Russia expressed its sincere congratulations on this occasion, emphasizing the significance of the 80th anniversary of the end of World War II and the founding of the United Nations, as well as the 64th anniversary of the adoption of the UN Declaration on the granting of independence to colonial countries and peoples. The message highlighted the economic and social achievement of independent African countries and the role of multilateral cooperation, particularly through the African Union and regional blocs, in strengthening security and stability across the continent. Russia reaffirmed its commitment to deepening its relations with partners in Africa, recalling the Russia-Africa summits held in 2019 and 2023, along with the ministerial conferences of the Russia-Africa Partnership Forum, which represent significant milestone in joint cooperation. A forthcoming meeting is announced to take place before the end of the year in an African country. The message concluded with the wishes for continued health, success, peace, and prosperity for the peoples of African continent. And now, organized by the Cultural Directorate of the Ministry of Youth and Culture, the event crowned an edition marked by artistic excellence and spiritual fervor. In the presence of Mrs. Hibo Mumin Asowe, Ministry of Youth and Culture, several ambassadors accredited to Djibouti, senior officials from the ministry, and numerous guests, fervent advocates of traditional arts and popular spirituality, this evening was a moment of recognition and emotion. 8 troops were honored for the outstanding quality of their performances, the depth of their lyrics, and the precision of their stage presence. A recital of the finalist spiritual songs concluded the ceremony, offering the audience an immersive experience into the beauty and diversity of Djibouti's musical heritage. This highlight marked the close of an especially rich edition of the annual Qasaid Festival, this reflecting the plurality of the country's spiritual sensibilities and the vibrancy of its oral traditions.
الله عليك يا محمد صلى الله يا نور قلوبي توبة يا ربي توبة توبة يا ربي توبة توبة يا ربي توبة يا تواب وتب علينا يا ربي توبة الله يا الله الله يا رحمن الله يا الله الله يا رحيم الله يا الله
And now the Ministry of Youth and Culture, Mrs. Hibo Mumin Asowe, reaffirms her strong commitment to promoting, preserving, and celebrating our country's spiritual heritage.
It is a true honor and pleasure to speak this evening at this beautiful award ceremony for the 12th edition of Qasa'id Festival, which brings us together in an atmosphere of fraternity and promotion of universal heritage. Throughout this festival, we are transported by the power of poetic words, the spiritual depth of the song, and also the richness of our religious and cultural heritage. Qasaid, much more than a song, it is a religious act that brings us together. It is also an invocation set to melody. Ultimately, it is a praise carried by the voice of those who have preserved it for generations. I would like to salute the authors and the composer of melody and music, but also the performers. Thanks to them, this expertise still resonates. These ancient texts and heritage are still present. Throughout this art, you perpetuate a 1,000 years old tradition while renewing it with finesse, respect, and emotion. The Ministry of Youth and Culture is deeply committed to the preservation and promotion of our heritage. Qasaid is a living treasure that deserves to be supported, passed to the future generation, and celebrated as we are doing tonight.
And now we go to the north of the country. The Red Sea Cultural Forum has officially come to a close following a rich program filled with intellectual exchanges and art exhibitions and inspiring performances. The stage of the Red Sea Cultural Forum was illuminated by powerful performances from national artists through song and rhythm. The artists conveyed a powerful message of unity, remembrance, and pride.
Labsarai tinggal mangkala labine mangkala labin yokupai labin
garashada kuwa isbidaya iyo ibinta beena uday waxba ugama baahniye haddaan keena barayay dhaqankeena barayay
فانتميتي توبكوي أهلا وسهلا أرحباي إنكي جاي نكون نبا كل سنة أرحبا حي الأرحبا.
And now the closing evening was also marked by captivating performances from traditional dance troupes representing the various Red Sea coastal countries. Each performance was warmly received by the audience, highlighting shared roots and the richness of regional artistic expressions.
كل سنة أرحبا حي الأرحبا أرحبا أرحبا يا أرحبا 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 الرسول أحيو كنا بالرسول أهعبني كنا بك العلواك يا عبين مري رسول
And now, as I mentioned on the title, the 2025 BEF exams for 9th grade students officially began on Sunday, May 25, 2025, in designated examination centers across the capital and regional areas. This year, approximately 11,200 candidates are sitting for the written BEF exams in 45 examination centers located in both in the capital and the country's interior regions. In line with the decentralization policy, exams are being held not only in the capital, where 21 centers have been set up across various districts of Djibouti city, but also in 22 additional centers operating in regional areas. Hundreds of teachers and administrative staff have been mobilized to ensure the smooth running of the exams. Early in the morning, examination centers opened their doors and candidates began working on the written test in core subjects such as mathematics and French. The Ministry of National Education and Vocational Training made extensive preparation to ensure a flawless organization of the exam process. The Secretary General of MENFOB, Mr. Mohamed Abdullah Mayoub, accompanied by the Inspector General, Mr. Mohamed Abdo, and other senior officials from MENFOB visited several exam centers in the capital to observe the proceeding firsthand. The visit began at Sanfil Middle School, where the Secretary General and his delegation were welcomed by the school principal. The delegation toured the exam rooms and the administration in play to ensure that all logistical conditions were in place to conduct the BEF exams under optimal circumstances. And now an international workshop on the integration of the general history of Africa into education system was held in Abidjan, Ivory Coast from May 19 to 21st, 2025, organized by UNESCO. This important workshop, which brought together participants from several African countries, comes at a time when there is a growing demand across the continent to integrate the general history of Africa into school curricula. Presided over by the Ivory Coast Minister of National Education and Literacy, Mr. Mariatou Kone, the workshop provided a space for deep reflection and exchange. The delegation from the Republic of Djibouti, led by Mohamed Moussa Yabe, Secretary General of the National Commission for UNESCO, and accompanied by Mrs. Roda Mohamed Isa, General Director of CRIPEN, and Mr. Bashir Mohamed Ali, Inspector of History and Geography, actively contributed to the discussion and debates. The Djiboutian delegation used the opportunity to present its vision, highlighting national priorities, current needs, and key opportunities. They outlined the available and needed resources, human, technical, and financial, as well as the opportunities for synergy and collaboration to further enhance the integration of African history into education system. And now the same guy, the Chief of General Staff of the Armed Forces, General of the Army Corps, General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim Bach, today received the newly appointed military attaché to the Embassy of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia in Djibouti, Colonel Abdulrahman bin Mohammed Al-Absi, during a courtesy visit held at Camp Sheikh Osman. This meeting was an opportunity to extend a warm welcome to the new Saudi military attaché and to reaffirm the strong and historic military cooperation between the Republic of Djibouti and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Discussions focused on prospect for strengthening bilateral cooperation in the military field. The SEMGA expressed his commitment to further consolidating this strategic partnership and his full readiness to work together to address shared security challenges. And now the thermometer isn't joking. Djibouti City, which tends to turn in a convection oven the moment the sun climbs a little too high, has seen its streets empty during the hottest hours. According to data compiled by the General Directorate of Meteorology, it's getting hotter, faster, and it's getting worse every year. And the forecast offers little comfort. The hot season may drag until September with regular heat waves, record-breaking temperatures, and a sharp rise in electricity consumption. As for outdoor workers, often on the front line of this rising heat, it's hard to escape the scorching condition for the day For them, the days are long, exhausting, and at times dangerous. So while authorities claim to be working on improving early warning systems, one thing is certain: it will be wise to fill up that water bottle, keep a hat in your bag, and follow the weather's reports closely. Sports now. The Asas football team has been crowned champions of the 2024-25 season of Djibouti's First Division Football League. The championship title ceremony took place last night following the team's final match against SDC Group. The crowning achievement marks Asas Djibouti Telecom returned to the top of the league after a 4-season absence from the podium. Asas Djibouti Telecom secured the championship with a comfortable lead over the Coast Guard team. A large crowd of supporters from the Ali Sabih filled the stadium to celebrate this long-awaited victory with their team. The event was attended by club president Mr. Osman Wais, member of the board, vice president of the Djibouti Football Federation Mr. Mahidin, as well as numerous local dignitaries from the Ali Sabih region, led by regional prefect Mr. Abdul Malik Mohammed Banoita and regional council president Shamarki Hassan Alale. As champions, Asas Djibouti Telecom will now compete in both the Arab Champions League and the CAF Champions League this season. And now the prefect of the region, Mr. Abdul Malik Mohammed Banoita, expressed his delight at this victory, praising the remarkable performance of the champion team that brings honor to the entire region of Ali Sabih. And now for the international news, as I mentioned on the title, on the humanitarian front in Gaza, only 108 trucks have entered, representing just 1% of the population's basic needs. The details with Gasira.
Israeli army further intensified its operation in Gaza. Meanwhile, after 11 weeks of blockade, Israel has authorized the entry of approximately 100 trucks of humanitarian aid into Gaza Strip. Unfortunately, 100 trucks of aid remain a drop into the ocean compared to the needs of the Palestinian population in terms of food, medicines, and basic necessities. This was explained by the head of a UN humanitarian operation after announcing Israel's authorization of a limited amount of aid into the Gaza Strip. 2 million Palestinians are starving, according to the head of a World Health Organization, while the population survived 2 days in an environment where, according to the United Nations, more than 90% of residential buildings or more than 4,000 homes have been damaged or completely destroyed since the beginning of the conflict.
This is it for this 9 p.m. English News Edition. Thank you for watching us. Stay tuned for more on Radio Television of Djibouti.